We live.
We are live right here. We are live on the pre-recorded. We got the big dog right here, Ricardo. The audio is going in and out, man. This dude is dropping so many gems. I do not want you guys to miss anything. Any knowledge being dropped from this man with the audio going in and out due to the weather. So you know what? We we had it, bro. Wow, what an enlightening conversation, and a lot of like-minded
people calling in.
People calling in.
Yeah.
And you know what, brother? This is how it starts, man.
Yeah.
When someone that looks like yourself is speaking, you know, these words to you.
Yeah.
You know, some people are gonna say, I call them facts, you know what I mean? But it's up to you to determine what they are to you. You know? But this is how it started with me. This is how it started with my change, my journey, my transition. My transition, thank you, sir. My transition into not a woman, but
they don't get to hijack that word, bro.
No, I know,
the trannies don't get to hijack that.
Fucking assholes.
That's a dictionary word.
And shout out to Trump, bro, for fixing all that.
Yeah,
man.
fuck yeah.
Bro.
Only men, only women.
We were getting lost in the fucking sauce of bullshit, dog.
Yeah, of course.
We were paying attention to all the wrong things.
Yeah. I think that if Democrats would have stayed on a more reasonable path, they would have won the presidency again. The reason the Democrats didn't win the presidency, bro, is because their ideas were lunatics. It was lunacy. If they would have stayed, they were trying to, by the way, the transition, the transgender community is only like 1% of the community in the world, right? They were trying so hard to cater to them that they lost 50% of people, which that's why Trump won. Had the Democrats stayed in the path of reason, had they would have just not pushed their agendas, had they just been normal, everyday people, instead of trying to make everybody a fucking tranny, they would have won the presidency again. The reason they lost, bro, was because they were unreasonable and they were trying to say that men could be women and women could be men. They were putting up flags outside of the American flag on the White House. By the way, I'm Mexican. I don't want to see a Mexican flag on the White House. I don't want to see don't threat on me. Don't treat on me. I don't want to see that flag, even though I believe in it. I don't want to see I want to see the American flag at the White House. I don't want your colorful I don't want your colorful lights on the White House. They went too extreme. Yeah. Had they would have just stayed somewhat in the middle, they would have won the presidency again.
And that's just basically simple math.
It is, but these guys really thought they were going somewhere with it. And then everybody pushed back, and then you had people like Elon, like as powerful as Elon Musk and Joe Rogan and this guy from the UFC, help me out.
Dana White.
Dana White. Like when you start having guys like that, like, bro, like for example, they did the Bud Light commercial with the tranny. Yeah. It's like, bro, trannies ain't drinking Bud Light. You lost the whole audience there.
You dumb motherfuckers.
They had it. By the way, I'm so glad they did all that because it woke people up.
Yeah.
Because had they just been under the water, calm, chill, they would have been. The Democrats would be still in power right now.
And talk about an incompetent person that was running for presidency, Kamala Harris.
Brother,
she couldn't even take care of her budget, bro.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, as incompetent as Biden is, and as incompetent as she is. Had they not let the country get flooded with illegal immigrants and tell you their boy can become a girl, they would have been president again.
That's crazy, bro.
Those are the two subjects people ran on. And by the way, believe it or not, they didn't even run on the economy so much. Some people did. I'm not going to say it wasn't. But if I had to pick, and this is not if I had to pick, this is what happened. The three subjects that people got pissed off about. Number one was illegal immigration, including Democrats were like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Number two was telling people that boys can become girls and girls can become boys. And number three was the economy. And then in there with a little bit of the Palestine-Israel thing.
Yeah.
But not everybody gives a fuck about that, right? We don't want a genocide, but, you know, not everybody cared about it as much as they cared about illegal immigrants coming in and as much as they cared about people saying that your little boy can become a girl and they should have surgery at 5 years old.
Well, because that directly affects us.
Of course.
You know.
Those are the three main subjects of why the Democrats didn't win. Because they were not in the middle about it. They were extreme. So, that's it. It doesn't take a whole lot, bro, to lose a presidency.
RIP to the Democratic Party right now.
I I don't think we will see them. I don't think we will see them in office for at least another 8 years.
Look at
if we're lucky, it will be 12 years.
Look at California, bro.
Yeah. Well, by the way, you see how many counties turned red?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look at California.
The thing is, the ones that fucked us up was fucking LA County and San Francisco, whatever county that is. I don't know what county that is.
San Francisco.
Yeah, but I don't know what county it is. I don't know if it's San Francisco County, but I know it's San Francisco. Those two cities are the ones that mainly fucked us, and San Diego. They fucked us up. But outside of that, bro, all the rural areas, Bakersfield's always been red. You know, Orange County was red. Like when you saw the map of 2020 versus 2024, who was red and blue?
Yeah.
It was wild to see how many counties turn red, bro. I think if we keep pushing hard enough, California could turn red. At least for a little bit.
100%.
Yeah, at least for a little bit. But by the way, don't forget, in our lifetime, it was red.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor for 8 years.
Yeah.
And so his 2 terms, he ran on the Republican side. So it's not like in our lifetime we haven't experienced California turning red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
No, 100%. 100%. Well, I think it's a good time to be alive, man. It's a good time to just see everything that's being unfolded. I mean, talk about information that's been withheld, like the Kennedy assassin information, the files, like
the laptop, Hunter Biden's laptop. And,
like
COVID. The COVID, they put a lock on it for 75 years, and
like, what the fuck,
and
bro?
then Fauci getting a pardon before Trump's even president.
Yeah.
He hasn't even been charged with it. He already got a pardon because they know what's coming. But apparently, it's not going to stand. Apparently, they're gonna still crack. They're gonna be able to crack that. You know?
I mean, if you're not paying attention to politics right now, man, you living under a rock, bro. It's the best TV out there right now, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about it in real time, reality TV. What's that?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like even like I get home from work and I'm like stuck on X, and my wife's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I didn't even see the news today. I want to check on this. I want to check on this. What they said about this. What happened with that." And man, it's just like every single day you're just getting just good stuff. Really. Right. Yeah, really, I agree. It's really amazing, and it's a great time right now. It's unprecedented. We've never seen this in history. At least, I mean,
nobody's been involved in politics as much. Nobody's been involved in politics as much as we are now. But it's also because back even when the Iraqi war had happened, bro, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have X, we didn't have a lot of these things that we can look up things instantly right now. We didn't have podcasts.
Yeah.
We live in a different era where people right now they have access to information. It could be misinformation, but they have access to it.
Yeah, there's most definitely 2 sides of the sword of like good and evil. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, Ben Shapiro was one of my favorite guys.
Ooh, I love that guy.
Ben Shapiro, he has a saying.
You see him in his debates and shit, bro? That dude's a beast, man. He says, you would be good with that shit, dog.
I love Ben Shapiro. He says, there's no such thing as your truth. There's no such thing as your truth. There's one side, and then there's another, and then there's the truth. But there's no such thing as your truth. And I love that about Ben Shapiro. The guy's a beast.
Bro, you kind of like the Mexican Ben Shapiro, bro.
Thank you.
You shoot that shit, bro.
Yeah, I try. A-Rod's pretty good, too, though, bro. A-Rod's pretty good.
No, A-Rod's good, bro.
A-Rod's good. Jesse Olguin's good. There's some guys on this side, bro, that are...
You need your own podcast, dog.
You know what, bro? I'm going to be honest with you. I've been asked so many times to do it, bro. But I know it's very time consuming, and I travel a lot because of my company that I have, and I just don't. I wouldn't, and I'm not big on being on cameras, bro. Keep it real. I know it's kind of ironic.
You jump in here like a natural, bro.
I thank you. Well, it's because I've been on them, especially with PBD and whatnot. But but it's as far as doing it on a weekly basis, I don't know if I would have the commitment to it. To be honest with you.
So let's speaking of podcasting, let's Pat Bev, right? You know what I mean?
Pat David.
Pat
David.
Pat David. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with him?
Great relationship. He was my coach and mentor. He still is to this day.
Wow.
I met him in 2016, and so he's a founder of the company that I'm a co-owner of now. It's a privately owned company. We do retirement plannings, life insurance, IULs, permanent life insurance, annuities. I'm in the financial services industry, so I got introduced to that by my younger brother in 2016. And I've been working with Pat ever since. And then eventually, when he transitioned over to the podcast and stuff like that, because I had a close relationship, because I'm very blessed to be one of the top guys in the company. We have 70,000 agents across the country. I've set many records. I have one of the biggest teams in the company. So he likes to be around performers. So it's not like he just had me around him because he liked me. It's because I put up, I was with the shits.
You put up numbers.
I put up numbers, and on top of that, we think the same. So he's actually he's from Glendale. He's from LA, bro. He grew up here with Raza.
Yeah.
So he was born in Iraq. He lived in Germany at a refugee camp till he was 12. Then he came to America. He's a veteran, but he's like us, Raza. Like you know, I know you guys see him very professional on the podcast and on Valuetainment, bro, but he's a guy's guy. He's just like us, man. You would enjoy. He's a man's man. You would enjoy talking. He'll joke with you, talk shit with you. Like he's just, you know. But I've had the pleasure of traveling the world with him. You know, I've slept at his house in Dallas and Florida. You know, we have a very tight relationship. He's my mentor, but then he's my close friend. So, you know, we have a great relationship. I'm very grateful for Patrick and Jennifer, his wife. Yeah.
Wow.
I would not be where I'm at. Even though I'm a hustler, bro, I'm a go-getter. And I come from, my dad was a hustler and go-getter. My uncles are. I come from a family of go-getters. But I don't think I would be where I'm at, even mentally, if I didn't have him in my life. He's definitely played he's played a big role in my life and me being who I am today. And I'm so super grateful to him. Yeah.
I mean, man, just the value of that friendship is probably...
it's invaluable, bro.
Yeah, invaluable, exactly. Invaluable. I was gonna say it's not worth no amount of dollars.
There's no amount of money. Like if you told me right now, we're gonna give you $1 billion, but you can't have a relationship with Patrick, bro. You keep your shit, bro. I'm good. You can't pay me enough money not to have that man in my life. Yeah, because the amount of knowledge, wisdom that he gives me will help me surpass being a billionaire. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not worried about that, bro. Some relationships are just you just can't buy your. I cut somebody off yesterday, bro. Somebody that I cared about deeply, and because they try to, they took for granted my relationship, and I've been there for them. I did a lot of things for them, and then I'm not saying they did it intentionally, but they did some little shit that I'm like, all right, cool. That's where I stand with you. All right, fuck it then. You know what I mean? Like then I cut you off. Like I'm an Aries, bro, and I have ADHD. I don't have you don't get second chances with me, bro.
I'm the same way too, bro.
You don't get second chances.
And I've been doing that, and I've been doing that too, bro. You know, not that I live in a glass house, and
yeah, of course,
I'm not perfect, right?
Right.
But the way I'm moving these days, like I tolerate very little for the bullshit.
I don't got time for nonsense, bro.
As soon as you cross a certain line with me, it's a
like
wrap.
there's a difference
done.
between making a mistake and there's a difference between knowing that was some fucking hood rat shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know the difference, especially us that we grew up in the hood and we did time. Like, we know, bro. Like, we know, like, hey, bro, I fucked up because I did certain thing that. There's a difference between doing something that jeopardizes your trust as opposed to making an honest mistake.
Yeah.
You know, that's like you make a mistake. I mean, I make mistakes too. I get second chances, but it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I said some shit that came off the wrong way, but it will never come from a place of ingratitude or come from a place of you questioning if you can trust me or not. But if you make me question your loyalty, your question your where you stand with me, I'm done with you. You don't get a second chance, bro. A snake that bites you once will bite you twice.
How important is it in order for one man's success to just cut ties, man?
Yeah.
As you're trying to move forward in your life, right?
I haven't spoken to my older brother in 8 years, bro. 10 years actually, and I don't say that with pride. He took a different direction in life that I don't. That's not my path. He took a different path, and I think that Mexicans, Hispanics, especially us and blacks, have this, blood is thicker than water mentality. I'm sorry, brother, but I didn't choose to be your son. I didn't choose to be your brother. I didn't choose to be born in the family that I was born into. I don't owe you shit. I owe my life to God. And that's it. I don't owe my life to anybody else. And that includes my parents. And as harsh as that may sound, if luckily I was raised by very good parents. Both of my parents are great people. That if they ever pulled some sideways shit, bro, I would cut the relationship too. Like, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, bro, I didn't choose to be their son. And I didn't choose my brother to be my brother. So I just don't believe in that. By the way, what was the first murder in human history?
Cain and Abel.
Cain killed his brother Abel. Who sold Joseph? His 12 brothers. The Bible gives us examples of brothers turning on each other. The first murder in human history was literally God's grandchildren. It's God, Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. Cain kills Abel. The Bible teaches us those things so we can know. You have to watch out for anybody, including family. So I don't care to cut you off. I don't care. We could have sucked on the same tit at the same time. We were babies, bro.
Yeah.
You pull some sideways shit on me, bro. There's no way you and me will ever have a relationship again.
You got me that thumbnail right there. I mean that timestamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need that timestamp right there.
Yeah.
That's it. I hate doing that like that, but 100%, brother, 100%. And it kind of like when you're talking, bro. It just it reflects to a lot of like what's going on in my life. You know, I didn't get my life together till I was 37 years old. You know, but it had a lot to do with just family and myself, and I can't blame anyone else. Bad decisions, but as I've this stage of my life, this chapter of my life, as I've been, you know, cut all the bullshit to the side. You know what I mean? Getting my life together, I've had to cut so much loose. I mean, at one point, I had to cut the old me loose.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And,
well, and by the way, you're not done, bro. There's so many layers. This is like an onion.
100%.
When you're trying to live your purpose and try to live a life that will give you fulfillment, this is an onion, bro. And you cry every single time. It doesn't mean just because I cut people off that it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, nah, bro, you just can't be in my life because it's not good for me. You know, and it's so crazy because without exception, and I mean this seriously, without exception, when I started my journey of, you know, figuring out who I was going to be in life for me almost 10 years ago now, the people that I cut off are still in the same spot they were when I left them there.
Yeah.
And you will find that happening, right? The people that I maybe not cut, when I say cut off, it doesn't mean like I'm calling, hey, bro, I'm cutting you off.
Yeah.
But I'm just no longer having a relationship with you.
Yeah, there's no longer a bridge.
There's no longer a bridge. There's no longer.
Gone.
And when you look back, you're like, dude, you're in the exact same spot I left you in when we stopped talking, or when we stopped fucking with each other. You know, it's crazy. It'll happen like that. And by the way, and then the next level, what got you here won't get you there. So what got me here won't get me to the next level. There'll be more things I'm going to have to cut off as life goes on, and more people to cut off, and more bad habits to cut off in order for me to reach the level that I want to get to. And it's not even economical. It's the impact I want to make in the world. You know, I've had money for a long time. I've been a millionaire for years. I don't care about money anymore. Money doesn't motivate me anymore. I'm motivated by making a change, leaving an impact in this world. So, therefore, I don't mind cutting more people off. Like, I'm not satisfied.
What are the first steps of, you know, of making these changes or getting to this level of life that you're at? I mean, is it obviously you got to get right with yourself? Is it getting right with God? Is it? I mean, what has been the drive for you?
Yeah,
you know, or what has helped you? You know, catapult yourself to the positions that you are in life right now. You know, for people that are listening right now.
I think everything is steps. So, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, you know, who do you want to be? I couldn't answer that question for you, right? Now I know, but I didn't know back then. So, you got to take it one step at a time. Reaching the life that you want to live is a staircase. It's not a slide. So, what I knew was, okay, I worked in the oil fields for 8 years. I made a lot of money. I did good. And I'm very grateful to General Production Services out of Taft, California, and Rusty Reese for giving me an opportunity and giving me a job. I put food on the table, and I'm always grateful for that. But I looked at my life one day, March of 2016. I said, I don't want to do this forever. So it didn't mean that I knew what my purpose was in this world, but I just knew I didn't want to do that forever, even though I was living a good life already. So then I decided to join the financial services industry that my brother brought me in, which is the industry that makes the most millionaires in America. And then I said, okay, well, now I got to learn this. So that was step one. I got to learn that, you know? And then, okay, now I got to make this profitable. That's step two. So everything is just in steps. If you're not fed up of where you are, you're not going to make it to the next level. Frustration is the gas that you need to get you to the next level. Because if you're complacent, which it's okay. I mean, I tell people all the time, I was shutting my office yesterday. I have many offices all over California, and I was telling them, I was shutting my office in Bakersfield yesterday. And I told them, listen, if you're complacent and you're good, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not, though. And you'll feel that frustration. Like, man, that's just not enough. And we're so used to living in a world that's so superficial that when you tell people, it's just not enough, they're thinking automatically money, right? So you can look at my life right now. I'm on my second Lambo, Rolls Royce, Bentley, G-Wag. I travel the world. Everything I wear is fucking name brand. Like, you know, like I have a $100,000 truck sitting out there. As soon as I took it out, it wasn't even a week. I already threw a $20,000 lift on it. Like, I everywhere in the world that I've wanted to go so far, I've been. I want to go to a few more places. Like, it's not about when I say I want more. I don't mean that I want more of what I have already economically. I want more out of life. I want to make more impact. I want to talk to more people. I want to reach more people. I want to touch more hearts. I want to change more minds. But a simple-minded motherfucker will think that when you say I want more, it's thinking that you want another fucking Louis bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you want more money, or I want another fucking chain. Like, no, motherfucker, you're so simple-minded. That's what you think life is about. But wanting more. So then, but again, you start with the decision of, okay, I'm going to learn. Okay, this is going to be profitable. Okay, so what's next? Well, let me teach people how to do this. Okay, now what? Well, let me figure out what journey I'm going to go. What does my community need? Like what you're doing right here. What does the community need? My community needs a message of growth, no victimhood mentality. Okay, boom, let's go there then. Let's start talking about that. And then little by little, God, I truly believe that if you're on this journey, God will unravel things as needed. He doesn't unravel the whole thing for you. As soon as if you're going, you ever driven in the fog? Do you guys get fog out here?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Well, we get really bad fog in Bakersfield. There's times in Bakersfield, bro, where you can't see 10 feet ahead of you.
Yeah.
But if you keep driving, even if you're going slow, little by little, what you couldn't see 10 feet ago, you can see now.
Yes, sir.
That's the way God works. But if you stop, you'll get stuck. So you got to keep going, even if you're going slow. And sometimes it feels like you're not moving very fast. You're not going anywhere. And you might see these fucking cars speed by you. And you're like, oh, they're going faster. Look at them. Look. Oh, that's not your journey, though. Your journey is your journey. And the problem is that we don't want to accept our journey many times we don't want to accept our journey. And we don't like it because, oh, look at what they're doing. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. That's not your journey, though, because you also didn't know what they had to overcome before. Maybe the fog you're going through, they already went through that fog 5 miles back down the road, but you didn't see them go through that fog. So when you see them speeding past by you, they're already past the fog, but you're in your fog season. And you can't see what they can see right now, but you also didn't go through the bullshit they went through 5 miles back. And that's the part that why so many people don't chase their dreams. And on top of being fucking lazy and complacent, which that's fine. You know, some people are complacent just paying their bills. And that's okay, man. As long as you're not stealing from people, I don't give a fuck what you do. But if you want the most out of life, there's no way you can stay where you're at. To have the same habits, do the same thing, have the same schedule, have the same diet, not work out, not eat healthy, not read books, not being around other like-minded motherfuckers and think that you're gonna grow. It's impossible. It's never gonna happen. So that's also uncomfortable. When I told you right now, I remember, I'm gonna share with you whenever we get better internet. I'm sitting there. I got asked. So there's a prayer breakfast once a year, and the White House starts it, right? The biggest prayer breakfast outside of the White House happens in Bakersfield. And they ask out of every category, like for example, somebody will pray over the teachers, somebody will pray over the businesses, somebody will pray over certain categories, law enforcement, so on and so forth. And they asked me to pray for the businesses of Bakersfield. Keep in mind, bro, I live in Kern County. We have a shitload of oil. We have oil tycoons in Kern County, bro. Bakersfield is either your super average or you're really rich. There's no in between, okay? Because we have a lot of oil there.
Yeah.
So the oil tycoons, we're the Texas of California.
Nice.
We have billionaires in California.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have billionaires in Kern. Matter of fact, Kern County, where I worked, where he was talking about earlier, I think it was Adrian, I can't remember his name, or Anthony. He's saying, off the 33 in McKittrick, the Navy reserve of oil in America is in Kern County. That's where they get their oil from. That's how much oil there is there. Not even from Texas. Not to say there's not a lot of oil down there, but they get it from Kern County. So anyway, so when I'm asked to be there, I'm up there, bro, and I must send you the videos so you can see them later on. It's nothing but white people, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm the only Mexican there. They're all older. They're all older. They're like 70s or 80s year old people that are super connected with the community. That these rich guys and no other rich guys. Yeah. And I am as little fucking. This was 2 years ago. Here I am sitting as their little 34-year-old beaner, ex-felon, high school dropout, praying for the business of Bakersfield because the mayor called me. Wow. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? So the next level, even though it's cool, it's intimidating. It doesn't matter. When I went to go meet with Trump at the Mar-a-Lago, that's fucking intimidating. When you're meeting with multi-billion-dollar business owners, that's intimidating. When you're friends with celebrities or you're doing business with, that's fucking intimidating. There's nothing not intimidating about the next level. So when we see it, we shy away from it because like, oh fuck, that's not for me. That's for somebody else. Not knowing that that's the path that God put you in. You know, it is scary.
So you would you say a lot of your drive is faith-based driven?
Absolutely. I would not make it here if it wasn't for faith. I'm not a religious person, but I believe in God. I believe that God has a destiny for all of us in this world. None of us share the same DNA. Not a single one of us shares the same DNA. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why God made us unique. He made our DNA components unique. I truly believe that we're all God's children and we were put on this earth to do something. But most people will just never embark in the journey. He's not going to take you there. But you're not going to embark in the journey. If you don't embark in that journey, he's not going to help you. You know, so if you decide to do stupid shit your whole life, then stupid is as stupid does.
So you think that we're all like initially put in a position for greatness, but if we don't put one foot in front of the other, then we're never going to be able to experience
because we're so lost in the fucking sauce, bro.
And we have free will.
Yeah. Well, the Bible talks about free will. Nobody has a destiny. Like people are, oh, that's your destiny. No, it's not. There's no way that you can have free will and destiny at the same time. That's like oil and water. There's no way. There's no way. It's impossible. The Bible says that you have the freedom of will, because in that case, God will make everybody worship him. They gave us freedom of will. Because if that's the case, was it a murderer's choice to be a murderer? Was it that was his destiny? How about a rapist? How about a serial killer? How about a child molester? Was that their fucking destiny? Like, bro, no, that wasn't their destiny. They chose to go down that route. So destiny is not real. You know, it's against everything the Bible teaches. Matter of fact, Judas had the choice to either betray Jesus or not. He had the freedom to do so. Everybody's always had the freedom to do whatever. The devil had a fucking choice, and he was one of God's angels. He was an archangel. He had the choice of doing whatever he wanted. God can stop us all and say, man, you're going to fucking worship me because I say so. But he doesn't choose to do that with us.
Have you always spoke this well?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'm a kid from the hood, bro. An immigrant kid from the hood. I just learned a lot through years.
And so, would you say that you've learned a lot more since you started reaching a certain level of success?
No, because you can't.
I mean, in regards to
I understand exactly what your question is. No, I surrounded myself with more like-minded people. I started reading more books. I started wanting to drown in information, and that's why I can watch. My wife says, I don't understand how you can sit there and watch hours. Like when we're eating, bro, I don't give a fuck if we're at a restaurant. I'm watching C-SPAN. Like I don't care, bro. Like my wife's like, babe. I'm like, okay. Like she has to ask me to put my phone down. If I'm on the way here, I was listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I'm listening to shit. I want to learn. So therefore, that's where I learned the speeches. I learned the laws. I learned Congress. I learned Senate. I learned self-development. I learned leadership. So it's just a combination. Then I have my mentors. If I have a question, I call Patrick. I've learned. I wanted to surround myself with people. And some people are like, well, I don't have anybody like that in my life. We're not going to have them immediately, because those people don't want you in their circle if you're not growing.
Yeah.
If I wasn't growing, Pat wouldn't want me around.
Yeah.
You have to earn your spot at that table. I earned my spot at the table. I earned my spot at the mayor's table. I earned my spot at the Mar-a-Lago because I wanted to learn the information. So when I came across these people, even though I didn't know as much as they did, people like that want you to be hungry, bro. Yeah. They just want you to be hungry. They don't need you to have the answers to everything. And when you can see that hunger factor in somebody, you're like, all right, let me pull this motherfucker with me then. Like, come here, bro. Let me lace you up, you know? And if you want to be laced up, they're going to lace you up. But if you go in there talking dumb shit, or if you're not having a point of conversation, or you're not asking good questions, they're just like, este pendejo qué? Like,
yeah.
So you have to earn your spot.
Who brought this guy?
Yeah, who brought this fucking guy?
How did he get in?
Yeah.
Do you have any resources? Maybe I think that's what the people were asking. If you had any resources to point them towards.
Books are the best resources you could have.
Yeah.
Three things determine our success. It's the books that you read, the people that you're around, and the meetings that you attend. Those are the three things that determine our success. Books, because there's the eyes and the ears are a gateway to our mind, right? And so when we consume information, we have different ideas. Our mind continues to spin. When you're around the right people, those people will share ideas with you and give you different perspectives on life that you have never heard before. And then when you go to the right meetings, meaning that you go to people, you instead of going to the bar, which I still go, it doesn't mean you guys are not going to see me have a drink or whatnot. I will, but if there's a networking event, I'm going there, right? And that doesn't mean they're always going to be good, but let me go check it out. It might be maybe I might find 2 or 3 people that are like-minded. Then I just got myself in a group of people that are like-minded. So those 3 things by far determine our success. So that's the things that I would determine. Those are the resources. People, so crazy because I hear, not to go back to the political conversation because we did a lot of that. And I will go back to it if you guys want to, but, Trump got $2 million from his dad. Okay, that doesn't mean shit. He turned $2 billion to $6 billion. That's not easy. That's not easy.
Yeah, he was born with a silver spoon and this and that.
How many people haven't fucked that up?
Yeah, exactly. No, he took it to the next level.
He took it to the next level. So that's what I'm saying.
His pops was opposed to some of the moves that he was making. Of
course, yeah, he fought him on it. He didn't believe that he should be developing in Manhattan.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, bro, I don't want to hear that shit. Trump surrounded himself by people that wanted to grow and do something big. So that's why I share with you that, if my parents were rich, get the fuck out of here. You know how many drug addicts, kids I know that have parents that are rich? I hang out with rich people now.
We just met some the other day.
I hang out with motherfucking millionaires now. And I know some of their kids are pieces of shit. So miss me with, if your dad was rich, get the fuck out of here, bro. Miss me with that. That's the lazy way of taking that approach. Yeah. That's the lazy way. When you start hearing dumb shit like that, it's lazy. This used to be Mexico, lazy. Oh, it's because dad was rich, lazy. You know, if I would just go to school too, lazy. If you start the conversation with any type of excuse, you're fucking lazy. It's all it is. You're too lazy to find out what information's out there. You know what I mean? That's just the approach that I take on life because I was taught to take that approach as I got older and matured. But I love information, bro. I love information. I want to sit there and be able to conversate with people about different things and not worry about looking stupid.
Yeah, be able to know a little something about it.
I don't know everything about everything, but I want to know a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
Enough to defend myself in a conversation at the very least, or to participate in the conversation.
100%.
I'm not always in defense mode. I'm on offense. You know.
Yeah.
And then be open to learning something that I wasn't maybe aware of. Or I didn't see, when that guy called earlier from the 805, and I said, let me give you a different perspective, though. We started talking about, what about these? Like, yeah, that makes sense. I forgot what we were talking about, but I said, let me give you a different perspective. I forgot what we were talking about. I don't remember. But I just give him a different perspective. He was open to it. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're open, because he's set on what he believes, which is good. Then a person comes in that's not combative. Hey, bro, let me give you a different perspective if you don't mind. Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Boom. Now he has that. We're like a hard drive, right? And now he received that. So next time he brings up that subject, I'm hoping that he will bring in a little bit of the information that I gave him to give a different perspective during a conversation, And we start to accumulate like that. And then before you know it, when you sit down in a conversation, you've been accumulating for so long that you just can spit fire because you have so much of it in your mind.
Yeah.
Jeez, bro, you're such a pillar, bro. You're such a pillar, bro. And blessed to be in your presence right now,
no,
really.
On the contrary, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And you need to at least tell the people at least something once a week on Instagram or something like this, because Jesus, you have so many gems, and and we're trying to pull as much as we can out of you. But I mean, we have to figure out to ask the right questions, really.
Absolutely.
Well, I just sitting with the big dog right here, man. I was just like, damn, this dude is just like light years ahead of me, bro. And I was just like, damn, bro. I strive to be, man. If I can ever be a quarter of great as you, brother, and people are gonna be like, oh, look, he's glazing this and that. No, you give credit where credit's due. This is a big dog right here, man, and. He deserves all the love and respect,
Thank you.
But man, dog.
Walking excellence.
No.
I mean, he's right here. He's right in front of us. He's right in front of us.
So. I wish, fellas. It's been a lot of heartache, a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes. A lot of the times when I talk about, I come from a place that I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of bad moves. I've done a lot of shit I was not supposed to do. So half of the time that I'm talking is because I already walked the road that I was not supposed to walk. Yeah. I touched the oven and I realized it was hot. So it's not because I'm smart. On the contrary, my mom would say otherwise. Like, aprendiste putazo, she would say. No.
So some of us just kept on touching that motherfucking oven. Like,
we love it.
Like it's hot. I know it's hot. I burned myself last time, but I'm gonna burn myself one more time. Like you dumb motherfucker, lucky. Yeah. I mean, I didn't change my life around until 37 years old, dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so
that's still young, but you're only 1/3 of your life.
When I tell you that you're light years ahead of me, like, man, brother, everything that you're saying and talking about, man, I envy, bro, and I feel like I'm not even, man, to be in the presence of to actually have a conversation with you, brother. I
appreciate that.
I mean, it's huge. It's huge to me, brother. And I know Casey feels the same way.
Yeah,
too.
I definitely feel the same way. And I know you're so humble to say that you're not smart, but actually. You are very smart, brother. You really are.
These conversations are so like you as a guest right here, brother. Like you don't even know what you have done to me and Casey. And I think because me and Casey are like-minded dudes, and but you have really inspired us, brother.
I appreciate that.
Just to
That's the whole
stay
goal,
the
bro.
course and to raise up for, you know what I mean, for our greatness, you know what I mean, and keep the podcast going and level it up with guests like yourselves and level ourselves up with, you know what I mean, more reading and then we're always trying to push ourselves further, right?
Absolutely.
You know, educate ourselves and stay in the loop with things, so to speak. But you got to keep in mind, like, our bread and butter is like street dudes, ex-lifers coming on here. And that's when I, like me personally, that's when I'm comfortable in the conversation. But there's got to be a point in time where, you know what, Luck, we need a different audience, bro. We need a different audience, dog. You know what I mean? And it's a universal audience, because right now you're speaking a universal language that appeals to all races, bro, where they're like, dudes dropping gems. This is the type of shit we need to tap in with. And this is how Hoodstocks will grow as a platform, not just sitting in the motherfucking gutter, bro, you know what I mean, and seeing what's coming down motherfucking stream, bro, you know? Honestly, dog, it's always going to be Hoodstocks, but Hoodstocks needs to level the fuck up with the stocks of this hood right here.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the thing, though. The reason that this is gonna work for you guys is because people can relate to it. See, the issue is when you stop being relatable.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Even today, when I was getting ready, right? So I got up in the morning. I went to the gym. I was talking to my wife, and she says, "Babe, it's gonna be raining in LA." And I said, "All right." And she says, "I said, oh, cool, no problem, right?" And then I could have brought a sweater, right, and be having a jacket on today. I decided not to, because it's not the same, and I'm very well aware of it, because you have to be conscious of these things. People hearing me talk, and I'm covered up, and people thinking, I think this guy, he probably went to college, and then, motherfucker, I'm from the hood. I have my hood tattooed on me. Yeah. Like, I'm from the hood. Like, I'm not some special guy. Yeah. Knowing that it was going to be cold, but fuck it. It's all right. I want people to see this is who you're dealing with.
You want to see the ink and
like
shit.
You can see, like, I'm you. I'm you and you're me. Yeah. And what happens is that another thing that we have to be careful with is, as we grow, we can't stop being relatable. Because if we stop being relatable, people no longer listen to us, because then they think, este güey ya se le subió. He thinks he's a shit now. We always have to remain relatable. Like, you can never change the name Hoodstocks. You can never change the way it looks, the branding. It has to stay like that, because that's the only way it's going to appeal to people. Yeah. Now, the content is good. Now, it's about elevating.
Evolving.
Yes, you know, and the good thing about things like this, like, for example, all my boys are watching, following me, then, like, for example, I will indirectly or directly open doors for you too, because now people invited me to podcasts, like my boy from Downey, he's right here in Downey, Junior with True Hustle Podcast. Okay. The dude's a beast. Yeah. And he drops knowledge too, and he's inked up just like you and me, grew up in the hood. Yeah. And he has a badass podcast. So then, you know, then you start connecting with other people, and they introduce you to other people, and it's just a web. Yeah. You know, but you need that one door open and taking that chance of saying, "What's up, man? You down?" Even if you did get told no. Yeah. Well,
like, no. Well, you know what? We in regards to Los Angeles, bro. And I know the True Hustle Podcast. Yeah. I mean, he just. I think he's new on his journey with the podcast, right? Yeah. You know, so Hoodstocks has been around before the floodgates opened, bro. Yeah. We're one of the first hood podcasts, bro, right here in Los Angeles, dog. And we're probably one of the top podcasts right here in Los Angeles in regards to the streets. We're number one, bro. We've been number one, dog. You know what I mean? Our numbers have fluctuated.
But I want you to keep something in mind, though. Yeah. But every podcast, as new as they may be, have different audiences.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything about that.
Oh no. I know. But I'm just. I know. Yeah. But you have an audience, right? Yeah. Then I don't know, ABC podcast, they have a different audience. And then what happens is you bring the audiences together. Yeah. They're learning from two guys that are at the top of their game.
Well, you know what it is too, brother. It's this too, man. Is we share all the same audience within this, and you can say, well, they have this audience. At the end of the day, bro, would you say it's true, Casey? While you're sticking that up your nose, like everybody that, like, you know, basically shares the same audience right here.
Yeah, essentially, the community
this community is especially within the Latino community, brother. Yeah, it's not big, bro. Okay. It's not big. We all share the same audience, and so I've never been like. There's a couple podcasts that I fuck with. You know what I mean? Like, I know the True Hustle podcast follows me.
Right, Junior.
Yeah,
Good guy.
I know he follows me.
Have you ever met him?
I've never met him.
Bro, you love him.
Yeah, maybe
he's
one
day.
Boy,
you love him.
Maybe one day I'll link up with him, but I've been very skeptical with podcasts throughout the fucking years because I watch the way they move and I don't like the way they move, dog.
Yeah.
Straight up, homie. I don't like so one thing Hoodstocks doesn't do, brother, is we don't throw gasoline on the match, dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of these cats that come into this realm
right.
and
I can see that.
they become a part of the circus, dog.
Right,
you know what I mean? They become a part of the cancer, bro.
Right.
The just foolishness. You know what I mean? So I hold a lot of these podcasters accountable in regards to how they move and what they say and what they do, dog.
Right.
Just like they hold me accountable too.
As they should.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's a community.
It's a two-way street,
Of
you know?
course.
But throughout the years, my thing has been is I don't really fuck with other podcasts. There's a couple podcasts that I fuck with, but at the end of the day, like I've seen just a lot of stupid shit, dog.
Yeah, you have the experience to know how you want to go about things.
100%, dog. 100%, you know? But, you know what, maybe, and I see the dude True Hustle, I see his clips go up, bro, and I always like him, bro, because they're always tagged with people that are following me, bro. Yeah. And I always like him. I see him, and we see him. Yeah. You know, sometimes I see if he's watching right now, I say like, hey, my dog, I see you moving, bro. Right. Keep up the great work, brother. Right. You know what I mean? Because I ain't got nothing bad about that.
Of course
but
not.
With him,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Not,
but there's a lot of podcasts, bro, that have came into this realm, bro, and they've just been. At first they were humble. At first they were fucking, hey, Hoodstocks, salute this and that. And then they realized, well, fuck, Hoodstocks is our fucking competition. Is our competition. Who we going up against, you know what I mean? So then the respect turns into disrespect, bro. You know what I mean? And now the true character comes out of the individual, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And it's been a funny business within the Latino community of these streets right here, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just been like, at the end of the day, I laugh at it, and now I just take it with a grain of salt, so to speak. You know what I mean?
That's all you can.
It ain't no, you know what I mean? You know,
water off a duck's back.
Yeah, 100%, bro. At this point in time, but I haven't been very, very, very fond of right, Casey, with connecting with the podcast due to that, bro. Okay. Due to that, dog. You know what I mean? Because you watch them, bro. You watch them. You know what I mean? And I watch them, dog. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, there was only 3 podcasts. It was first American Cholo, then came.
What happened with American Cholo?
I don't know. He had it doesn't make sense to him no more. You know, it's unfortunate the dude put in so much work. You know what I mean? And you know, the community, you know, wasn't supporting him, brother. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he wasn't able to get over 100,000 subscribers, and his podcast was before my podcast. But it was American Cholo, then it was Hoodstocks, and then came Rhodium Radio, and then came everybody else after that.
I don't even know that.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking within the city right here. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you guys what you still need to expand, though.
100% we need to expand, bro.
Let me share with you.
Yeah.
Okay? Here, let me share with you.
But I want to say this.
Okay, go ahead.
The type of podcast I like to get on is not necessarily neighboring podcasts, bro.
Yeah, but it's not about that, because here's the thing, though. I want you to keep in mind, up until we connected, bro, I had no idea who you guys were.
Yeah.
So you got to expand your footprint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that I want to, because I want you guys to expand your
100%.
footprint.
Yeah, and I'm all ears with you too, bro. I'm not trying to shut down the True Hustle podcast.
No. This is not even about my boy Junior anymore. This is just, now we're in a whole different subject.
In general business.
I'm talking about a whole different, you know, now I'm talking about a whole different subject.
Yes, sir.
Sure, maybe here it's been top, but now, you know, San Bernardino County, now Kern County, now Kings County, now Tulare County. Right now, not like we got to start expanding the footprint of where else and the only way that you're going to be able to do that is have people here that are not from here and invite them down.
No,
San Diego, right? San Francisco, Sacramento. You know, you start Modesto, you start connecting with people that you start getting their audience to get informed, because I believe in what you guys do here. Like I said, I checked you guys out before I came. I want to get an idea of what I was getting myself into.
Well, we have a variety of guests.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm like, all right, this will be good.
I mean, next Sunday we got a Navy SEAL coming in, bro.
That's phenomenal.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know, a badass white boy, bro, that put in the motherfucking work, a gangster, homie.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's seen the pink mist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what they call the pink mist, bro.
Yeah,
they're like, you seen the pink mist? You know what the pink mist is?
It's when people blow up. They get blown up.
Yeah, when they someone gets shot, bro. They said it's pink mist, bro.
It's pink mist. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When blood contacts the oxygen, the air, that's.
Yeah.
The church red and shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You about to break down the chemistry of that too?
No,
huh?
no.
God damn it! What does this guy not know?
I have a lot of friends in the military, so
Yeah,
that's why,
100%.
yeah.
And
I just heard it. I might not want to take credit for it. I heard it.
And one thing that we love right here at Hoodstocks, bro, is supporting our military brothers.
Right.
We've had a lot of military
That's
right
good.
here, bro.
God bless them. God bless our veterans.
Yeah,
with a long life.
100%, man. And we like to highlight, man, we've highlighted so many different walks of life. You know what I mean? But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, one day we will be able to fly people out.
Of
I mean,
course.
hey, you know what? Let's get you on, man. We'll fly you out. Bop, 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 you know. And you know, Casey will be right there at the fucking at the airport talking about welcome to Fantasy Island. You know what I mean?
I'll be holding the iPad.
Welcome to Los Angeles.
Yeah, the plane, boss, the plane. Remember that show, bro?
I got a question. So I want to know your relationship with Michael Franzini of the Colombo crime family.
That's fun. That's an interesting. So Michael, I just remember it wasn't laughing at the question. I was remembering a conversation I was having with them. I was just with them last week. So I met Michael Franzini for the first time in 2017 at his house. Patrick had just started the podcasting, the interviewing. And no, not the podcasting, the interviewing. And so we went to his house. By the way, the humblest, coolest freaking guy you ever met. Never ratted on anybody. Did his time like a G, took it to the chin. One of the 50th wealthiest mobsters this part of the hemisphere has ever seen.
Wow.
But now he gave his life to God. But he's my friend. I mean, we're buddies. You know, Patrick got him involved in the podcasting. Now he has his channel and whatnot. He wasn't doing it before that. But he's phenomenal. His family's phenomenal. He's awesome. His kids are awesome. Man, he's a walking encyclopedia, bro. Outside of him and Sammy the Bull, those guys are walking. You know, I mean, you have Altman and all like that, but these guys are walking history books. You know, and he still has that swagger, that mobster swagger though. Like when he walks and the way he talks to you, the way he looks at you, very firm, but very. But he wants. He wants you to know there's more to life than what he did, and you know. But he's a, you know, it's just a great relationship. Just talking to him, I enjoy talking to him. You know, I posted a picture there with him. We were talking. I learned a lot from him. I watch his channel as well. I listen to all his mob stories, and I think I respect him a lot more because at the end of the day, bro, I'm still hood, and I respect somebody that never ratted.
Yeah,
I respect that.
100%.
And so I can. So when he talks. I take it differently because he never ratted.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, I still have that in me. Like I don't. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
You don't want to be hanging around with no snitches,
bro.
I
don't. Like I can't rock with pesetas. You know what I mean? Like I just can't. Like I was always GP and I stayed GP and I put in my work and you know. So it's just like I can't. Like I know I shouldn't think that way, but I just do and I can't help it.
I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah.
As you've grown into the man that's sitting across from me right now, you know what I mean? The word gangster, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Once upon a time where you probably had a different definition
of it.
for a gangster. And now here you are rubbing shoulders with some of the richest people on this planet, some of the most powerfulest people on this planet.
Right.
Would you consider that gangster now? You know what I mean? How
is
it?
It is, but I'll tell you one thing. We are how can I explain it, bro? We're like man, what is the proper
terminology?
We're everything they never went through.
Yes.
So when they're with us, they find us interesting.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of the millionaires and billionaires that not all of them went to school, but a lot of them went to universities. That's not how they became rich, but they went to universities. They were raised in a decent, middle America family.
Yeah.
They didn't grow up in hood areas. So the whiter ones, the Hispanics of all, like Angel Leviano is a good friend of mine. He grew up in the hood. He's right here from East LA.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys that are millionaires now that, they grew up in the hood is different. But I'm talking about like the white ones. Like when you see me post pictures of like, white people, powerful, we're like, we're interesting to them.
Okay.
So they want to know about our world as much as we want to know about theirs. Like how that work and how does this work and how that happened and so what happens if this happens and it's just like so when you're locked up, what can you do? What can you not do? Like
Yeah.
If you have to be part of a, in California we have politics. You have to run with somebody. You don't want to run as a just a resident. You want to run with somebody.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have any protection and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So they want to learn all these. So it's actually interesting. I asked them as many questions they asked me. So it's pretty cool. But it's not intimidating. Like, they're cool, bro. Like, they're like nerdy. So it's cool. Like, their eyes light up because they've only seen you in movies.
So let me rephrase the question. So you were raised up on the streets of Eastside, Bakersfield, right? Young gangster, right?
Yeah.
And now
I understand the question though. I get it.
Now you have the power of money, bro.
Right.
Which you once didn't have.
Right.
So to put the power of money on top of,
the real gangsters, bro, they wear suits every day. They don't have any guns, and they don't have a hood tattooed on them. Those are the real gangsters. And I'm not saying because they have money. The ones that make the chess pieces move around, bro, those are gangsters.
Yeah.
Those are gangsters. They've never killed anybody. They have an army to do that for them.
Yeah.
They don't use street politics. They have Congress to do that for them.
Yeah.
Those are real gangsters, bro.
Levels.
There's levels to gangsterhood.
Yeah.
Those are gangsters. So I've met some of them like that. Like, that's a gangster, bro. Like, that guy could have you locked up with no due process and send your ass to Guantanamo Bay right now if he wanted to. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Coming from humble beginnings, right? Yeah. And now you have the power of money, right?
It
man,
brings a certain amount of power.
The comfort of money, like no worries, right? I mean, there's always worries.
Of course.
You got to keep the ball rolling, right?
Right.
But man, do you ever, does a day not go by that you just, not appreciative for, obviously you put in the work for it, but to have less worries from the beginnings, right?
I think that this is a conversation that I was having with my wife the other day. My wife was raised in a middle-class family, no issues. My father is a hardworking, responsible man. My mother-in-law is the sweetest woman you ever met. My wife didn't struggle growing up. They were not rich, but her dad was a truck driver since she was a little girl. So he made upwards of, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year in a small different Wasco, California, where reception's at. Wasco, I don't know if there's Donovan down here, but Wasco.
Yes, sir.
Reception, the prison.
Yeah, I've been to North Kern.
Okay,
Delano.
North Kern, Delano. So she's from a town 10 minutes from there, which is a reception.
Yes,
right
sir.
now, Delano's a reception, but Wasco was a reception for a long time. I think it was Donovan. I know up north was St. Quentin. Central California, this area was Wasco, and then it was Donovan, right? So she's from where that prison is at. It's a small town, so they made upwards between $70,000-$80,000 a year in that town where the rent's $900 a month or $800 a month. They're living large, lavishly, right? Yeah. So that's a conversation I had with my wife, because I tell her every day that I get up, bro, I'm so grateful to just be able to go out and hustle. Like, I don't think about what I do or don't have. I think about what's next, and on top of that, this is where life takes a different toll. It takes a different journey. Is how many people can I teach to do what I do? So that's what I'm focused on right now too. So I have guys that from scratch that worked regular jobs, feeding their family, which is good. That's good, making them, teaching them how to make $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 a month. That's where my joy comes from now. You know what I mean? So that's the level right now that I've already kind of got that down. I taught them how to do that, and now it's like going out there and teaching people awareness, and we're not victims. Because you're brown, you're not automatically fucking down. Like, you
can get this money too.
Yeah, you can.
And what exactly do you do, brother?
So I deal with the largest life insurance companies in America.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But it's not just like State Farm or your job, HR. Oh, I got a life insurance $50,000. Like, no, there's ways to set up wealth behind it. There's IULs, Index Universal Life Policies, that are tax free, that you can use it as an investment while it being a life insurance, and it's tax free. So, let's say the life insurance is a permanent one, and it costs you, I don't know, let's just say you get $200,000 and the life insurance costs you $100 a month.
Yeah.
Then you drop extra money into it. Like, let's say you want to do $300 a month. The extra $200 will go into an account called an index account that is tax-free, guaranteed, never to lose money in it. So then you're using that as like a retirement or even an investment. Let's say, you get an IUL right now, and 5-10 years from now you want to upgrade, and you say, I want to get a different building. You need a down payment. You put it out of your IUL. You're not paying any taxes. Tax code 7702. So it's a way of building wealth. That's what I do. And then I do annuities, lump sums, where people can invest their money, get a return, and not have to worry about losing it. Things that we were not taught, bro. We don't think, like, people only know the stock market. No, bro, the stock market is not the only place to invest.
I mean, you talking right now, bro, and it's like you could be just talking a foreign language to me, to be honest.
I know, I understand. I just feel the same way.
And like you said, and mind you, let me tell you, I'm an IBEW Local 11 journeyman electrician, brother. You know what I mean?
So they have you guys in pensions. And
I know I have that stuff or certain things, brother, but I'm still not, like a lot of us,
the thing
construction workers, we're not fluent in it.
Yeah. The thing is that we depend too much. Like, for example, let me give you an example. Why I tell people don't depend on your pensions. Money doesn't come out of thin air, okay? So let me tell you what Hostess did. Hostess, not too long ago, they shut down all their operations one day for 24 hours. They shut them all down. People that have been working there for 30 or 40 years, bro, they lost their pension because the company went bankrupt. They started operations 48 hours later as a new entity. Who's to say your union's not going to do that?
Yeah, 100%. And then there goes the money, right?
And then there goes the money.
Yeah.
And so,
a lot of my union brothers,
I hear understand that.
No, but I hear some of them talk about that. Like, man, that could be all gone, man. Give us our shit, or you know what I mean?
Did you watch the video of the black guy? He worked for the union for 30-something years. Did you watch that video? How's the internet now, Casey? Is it decent?
I mean, yeah, it goes in and out.
Okay. So I'm going to send it to you. Okay. He worked for a union for 30 years. They show up, HR shows up when they say, hey, there's no money there. And he's throwing a fucking face. This is live, bro. This is real. Yeah. I'm going to send you the video. Bro, you think because you work for the school or the government or a union no, bro. Money doesn't come from thin air. If they make bad decisions with their money, you're not going to have a pension. So, matter of fact,
I think this is where you come in.
You need to have an independent plan outside of whatever you already have.
Okay.
And what are those plans?
And then it's universal life and annuity. By the way, there are companies that I represent. National Life Group, shout out to National Life Group. They've been around America for 175 years. American National has been around since 1909. It's been around for 125 years. There's programs that you can grab independently outside of wherever you're at to have a retirement, an investment, a life insurance. And too many times we tie our retirement, investment, whatever the case may be, to a job. That's not their job. They're not an investment company. That's not their job. They only offer you that to like give you some benefits. But we talk to HR as if they know everything. They don't know shit. They're just offering you what another company offering them. And that way those companies, like if you work for Nabisco, you work for Oreo, it's just a tax write-off for them. They don't have to specialize in retirement planning. But I work at this job. It's a big company. It must be well. No, it's not. Don't work like that. So too many of our people thinking that because they have a job at the government or whatever. For example, the CalPERS, California pension system, I think it was last year, the year before last, lost $30.8 billion. You think it's the state of California, which is the 5th largest economy, 12th largest economy in the world. That doesn't mean they make money. I know people that are millionaires that live paycheck to paycheck because they spend more than they make.
Yeah.
You
like
can't.
Me. Yeah.
Well, do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So like, that's the part that I come in. I sit down. Let me look at all your finances. Okay, boom. Let's put this plan together. How much can you put away on a monthly basis that you don't have to worry about? You don't have to look at, right? I can do $300-400. Cool. Let me create a plan. That way you can start putting money into this account that's going to act as a life insurance. If you die, your family gets the money. But if you don't die, 5-10 years from down the road, you want to do something. You leave a down payment for a house, buy a car. You can buy it cash. You pull the money. You become your own bank in essence because that money's growing interest anywhere from 6 to 9% on a monthly basis. But our communities are not taught about things like this. They just think, 401k, that's it. No, bro. Matter of fact, in 401k, if you look up, you can literally look this up. Founders of the 401k lament the revolution they started. The guys that created the 401k regret it, said it's a bad way. You can look up Time Magazine 401k fallout, 60 Minutes News 401k fallout. That's the main source of retirement for most people. And it's failed most Americans. We're too young to know that. So we haven't seen it. So we've been putting faithfully money in a 401k thinking, it's going to be good at the end of it. No, it's not. If the market crashes, you're fucked. But we haven't been, especially us, like I know that you're third generation. I'm first generation Mexican. My dad didn't know nothing about no fucking 401k. So I didn't get to see the results of that. That's why most white people don't have a 401k. Because grandpa had one, dad had one. They know the results of a 401k. They already learned from it. Yeah. We're the pendejos doing the 401ks, 403b, 457b, IRAs, mutual fund stocks. No.
So IRAs and mutual funds and stocks are still not.
401k is an IRA. It's an independent retirement independent retirement account.
And how's it different from a Roth IRA?
Roth, you just pay taxes now instead of pay taxes later. But a 401k is an IRA. 401k is a tax code. It's tax code 401k.
Okay.
So a lot of times we think, oh, this sounds good. It sounds intelligent. Yeah, ask a well-off white person to see if they're investing in that. They're not. You know, they're not.
They got all the secrets.
It's just,
they ain't giving none. What the fuck?
Instead of calling them racist white people, why don't you sit down and talk to a motherfucker real quick and find out what information he has instead of just talking shit about him?
Let's go, man.
Instead of saying that he's a slave owner and he's a racist and he's a fucking Trump supporter. The Trump supporters are the smart ones. It's all the fucking Democrats that are idiots.
I mean, hopefully, I'll do a poll on Trump supporters. Do they know what is the best way to invest their money?
You do it. Well, you know, the newer ones are
gonna
not.
be like Pornhub.
But I'm talking about like white, but the white.
Yeah,
guys.
yes, of course.
Talk to white guys, and you know, that's where I learned a lot of my information from.
Okay, so to break it down simple, give it to us one more time slowly.
Okay.
To invest your money at least $200 to $300 a month, if you want to.
Yeah.
There
you can
is
do more if you want.
a life insurance plan that also acts as a
retirement plan.
Retirement plan
That gives you interest on a monthly basis. When you withdraw it, it's tax-free and you never lose in the stock market. It's called an Index Universal Life Policy.
Index Universal Life Policy.
Yes. And that, by the way, just so you know, they're all, just because that's the name doesn't mean they all operate the same. The word IUL is like saying the word car. Okay? A Toyota and a Lexus are not the same. So you have to make, like, the company matters, the interest they give you matters. So the word IUL is equivalent to saying the word car. Or IUL is equivalent to saying the word horse. What kind of horse? How fast is it? Where was it bred? Like, you gotta know these things. You gotta learn about these things.
Okay, so then I'll follow up. If you could provide us this free game, what does a good percentage look like if you're gonna open up an IUL?
On an average of 6 to 9%, you're in a good ballpark. 6 to 9% interest. But it's not just that. Also, does the life insurance part have living benefits? So, for example, not most policies don't have living benefits. What does that mean? Living benefits. So let's say you have a $200,000 life insurance policy, okay? And you can't, for example, you walk out here, you break your leg, or you get bronchitis, or you get COVID, or something happens when you can't work. Not all insurance companies, but you can grab money from your life insurance while you're alive to use it as supplemental income until you're able to go back to work.
Wow.
But not all IULs offer that. So you have to have a well-rounded IUL. So it's not just, oh, let me see who does all the IULs. No. Like State Farm offers it, Farmers offers it. Shout out to them, nothing wrong with them. But they don't specialize in that. So they give you the basics, no living benefits, expensive insurance, and just do $50 a month. That's not gonna do shit for your growth. So they don't give high interest. They give 2 to 3% interest. So that's what I'm saying. You can't just grab the word IUL, think that anybody that offers is going to be a good IUL. You got to go with people that specialize in the IUL world in order for you to get the best product you possibly can out of the IUL.
And how many years do you think at least is enough to? It
depends. I have guys that are putting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month into them, and then I have guys that are putting $200, $300 a month into them.
And then 200, 300 is what, like 15 years essentially?
I mean, if 10, we can do a plan to where you can grab it in the meanwhile. But if I can show. But we do illustrations. The company has illustration. We can do growth.
Yeah.
And you can actually see how much money you're going to get out of your IUL in X amount of years. I can actually do that. So it's so funny. I have a big ass client in LA. I did an IUL for them 2020. And so he calls me. He says, hey, bro, I'm making more money now. I'm richer now. I need more insurance. And I said, okay, when I met him, he was making $1.3 million a year. Now he makes $6 million a year.
Damn.
So then he says, hey, I need you to come over to the house. I said, all right, cool. He says, but before we get started, you told me in X amount of time I'm going to have this money. Let's check. I said, okay, cool. Open up your app because they even have an app.
Cool.
And then we went over the illustration that I showed him 4 years ago.
Nice.
I said, okay, and I remember the number. He was supposed to have $64,000 in his account. When he opened his app, he had 69. So he's like, okay, we're good. The reason I share that with you is because you're going to come back years later. So what they do an average of 6 to 9%.
Yeah.
But still it can go higher. It can go all the way 12, 13, 14, 15%. But when I'm running an illustration for you, I can only do whatever the company does. I can't alter the interest.
Yeah.
So the computer will give me a 6.6% interest rate. So I can show you the number for 4 or 5 years from now.
Yeah.
But that number could go higher. So luckily, when I sat down with them, the only way he was going to allow me to give him another policy if it matched at the very least what I told him.
Was at least that, but it was above, which is
it was
great.
$5,000 higher. So that's why you want to put money, and it's tax free. And the living benefits, which is extremely important.
Living benefits are great, and one thing you spoke about is you said if you stay alive.
Yeah. Well, if you live and you don't die.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you get in a car accident, you can't work. 66% of bankruptcies in America happen not because of medical bills. It happens because a person can't go to work.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, I just want to give you an idea. Let's say you have your bills set for, let's just say you and your wife have your bills set for $5,000 a month. Let's say combined you make $8,000. Oh, we're good. We have $3,000 of discretionary income. But out of the 8,000, you're bringing in 5,000. You're bringing in the majority of the bread.
Yeah.
If you go on state disability, you go from making $5,000 a month to making $1,800 a month. With her 3,000 and your 1,800, you're at 4,800.
Yeah.
And it happens like this: you get sick, you break a leg, you can't work, you get bronchitis. So now you're gonna stop paying some bills. That's where you start losing the house and the cars.
Yeah.
So 60% of bankruptcies happen in America not because of the medical bills. They happen because you don't have a supplemental income in case that were to happen to you. So then the living benefits in this case, if you have a $200,000-$300,000 policy, you submit your claim to the insurance company. They will give you money according to what happened to you.
And how much time do you have to put into that to pull money out of it?
Immediately, bro.
Immediately. How does that affect the money that I guess is allotted in there, right?
Okay, so let's say you have a $200,000 policy. You needed $50,000. It just deducts from your life insurance.
Okay, so if you were to die, you'd get $150 at the end.
Your family gets a $150. Yeah.
Okay.
So all it does a deduction.
Wow, it seems like there's no bads to this.
Well, the only bad thing is that people don't take advantage of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you may participate too late.
Well,
essentially,
I mean, look,
right? With a low monthly
I can't.
deposit,
the
right?
bad thing is that if you're in your 60s and you want to do $200-$300 a month, it's not going to work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the downfall. You need to catch this when you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. You know, and even in your 40s, you gotta go in a little bit heavy.
And this isn't pure advice because I don't know if you could give this, but if you were to say it's safe to, let's say if you catch it in your 20s, you could put 150 to 200 a month. Yeah. Once you go to your 30s, it's 300 to 400, and in your 40s, it's at least like 600 to 800.
You better in your 40s, you better be doing between 400 and 600 minimum.
Yeah.
If you wanted to accomplish a goal, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice at that point, depending on your income.
I guess I could ask you is how long have you been participating?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, because since I started.
Yeah.
When I started doing this.
So when you started, they automatically make you sign up for
you're
more.
not made to do anything, but I mean.
But it would make sense. Yeah. If you're
how
in
can
it.
you sell something you don't own?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it don't work like that. If you don't own the product, how can you sell it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So yeah, you gotta in this case you gotta use your own supply. You gotta get high off your own supply in this case.
I have a couple questions, but one question I want to know is from your experience, what is the biggest misconceptions people have about money? From your experience.
There's actually two extremities. There's not just one. Misconception number one is that there's not enough of it. They have a scarcity mentality. There's not enough of it. So therefore, they never invest. They never invest in their future. They never take any chances. They're very tight. That's one misconception. But let me give you an IRS stat. According to the IRS, there's 1,700 new millionaires every day in America. Every day, according to the IRS. So the misconception number one is that there's not enough money, so I'm scared. I don't want to use anything. I'm not going to invest. You're scared. You're watching every dollar. You're penny pinching. Misconception number two is that you'll never run out of money, meaning that you're very passive with your money. You don't look to save in certain areas. You're not paying attention to your finances, so therefore you just splurge. You help too much. What does it tell you when you jump on a plane? First, you got to put your mask on before you put somebody else's mask on. So when you get that phone call that your prima, your brother, sister can't pay their rent, and you have $500, and that's all you got, you give it to them because you think you're being noble. No, what you're doing is you're drowning yourself. So they're going to pay their rent this month, but next month you're not going to be able to pay your rent. That's a misconception. Too frugal and too tight are not good. You have to be in the middle. You have to be willing to invest, but you got to be wise. You have to be willing to put your money where your mouth is, but at the same time, you got to make sure that whenever somebody's hurting and you can't afford to help them, you can't help them. It's just that simple. You know, and it's a difficult conversation to have with the Mexican community.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'll give you my last dollar. No, fuck, I'm not. I'm not.
I'll give you the shirt off my back. Hell no, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside, bro. So you won't get hyperthermia, but I will.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I know it sounds fucked up, bro, but it's the reality behind things.
Well,
You know,
you
gotta watch out for your household first.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
The Bible says it, by the way. When you get married, you leave thy mother, thy father. That's what the Bible says. You become one with your wife. Your household is important. And if your family can't figure it out, unfortunately, if you can't help them, you just can't do that. You cannot jeopardize your house to help another house.
I have another question too. I mean, your Instagram, it looks like, I mean, you know, you're living the Mexican dream right there.
Yeah.
Driving a Lambo in the rancho. Tell me about that, bro.
It's just another fucking car, bro. It's a bull. Throw it in the ranch.
Yeah, that's amazing. Seeing those videos are really inspiring and really like, fuck,
it's just a car, bro. It washes just like a Toyota does. You know what I mean? You throw a little bit of wash and a little water and soap, and it'll clean right up. So.
And what about the horses that you have?
Yeah, dancing horses.
Yes. And I know those horses are very expensive, and I know I saw the one you have is all black.
All black. Well, I have it's Frisians. Frisians are all black. They only come in black. Yeah.
What got you into?
I was raised by charros. My cousins are state champions here in Modesto, California. I was raised by horseback riders. So I was raised in the ranchos. So I saw my uncles, my cousins dance their horses, and it's just part of our culture. You know, that's what I tell people. Like, I'm a real Mexican, bro. You know, peleamos gallos, bailamos caballos. That's what we do. You know, my uncles, I was raised in the roosters, and you know, I tell people, don't let my Instagram fool you, bro. Like, I'll be at those fights too. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'll be betting on the derbies. You know what I mean? Like, I'm there, bro. I'm really out there. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the horses. Matter of fact, the best trainer in my eyes is Nojera right here in Jurupa Valley. He trains. He's actually trained a couple of Canelo's horses have been there. You know, shout out to them. They're the ones that train horses in Jurupa Valley right here in Bloomington. Yeah. 215.
When you want to just kind of like put work to the side. I mean, what makes you happy, brother? Like, is it the horses? Or?
Horses, off-roading. I love off-roading. Yeah, I love
what kind
off-roading.
of off-roading you do?
Can-Am. I have a Can-Am.
Like
UTV.
ATVs.
Oh, okay, the ATVs.
Yeah, okay. Like
the
razors, like they call them razors, you know, but
UTVs.
Yeah,
as they call them.
UTVs. Yeah, UTVs. So I do that. You know, sometimes I get with my cousins and you know, we go to Mexico and you know, we're out there, we grab a banda and we just sit there and it's just us, you know, because at the same time, like, I'm still human, bro. I'm not a machine. And so because of the profile that I've created for myself, most people have an expectation of how I should act.
Yeah.
But when I'm around my cousins, they don't give a shit who I am. Like, to them, I'm just me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not this figure, you know. I'm not this businessman. I'm not this, you know. Like, yeah. I'm just.
So, like, get the fuck out of here with that, bro.
Like they respect me, but it's that the way like I would want them to treat me, which 100%. Is just you're my cousin.
Yeah.
That's it. Like. Yeah. That's cool that everybody respects you, but right here, I'm just gonna fuck you up if you act stupid. You know what I mean? Like, and that's I appreciate that. So when I want to disconnect from the world, you know, I get with my cousins and hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's go to rancho, or let's go, you know, the horses, or let's get on the UTVs. Like, let's go do something where I don't have to be this image to you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's important to me because you need that. You need to be able to be you.
You can just let your hair down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so
tapping into your culture.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And more tapping into what you enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, my wife has a sign above in our room that says, "Make time for the things that make you happy."
Yeah.
And the reason she put that there, shout out to my wife, is because I could get lost in the sauce, bro. When I'm going. Like, I'm in go mode. Like, I don't have distractions. Like, I'm going. And so I can forget to do those things. So my wife would be like, "Hey, babe, chill out. Like, live a little bit. Like, you know." Because even when, like, we were in
I mean, man, bro.
We were in Bora Bora not too long ago. Last year, we were in June of we're in Bora Bora. And my wife's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good." And I start talking a little bit about the business. She's like, babe, like, just chill out. Like, we're just enjoy the moment. I have a hard time enjoying the moment, believe it or not. Yeah. I have because my mind's always going.
I mean, if I could be honest, probably seeing those numbers, I mean, I would say a lot of us would probably not want to take our eyes off that either.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's true, but it's like I have, like, for example, I'm here with you guys, but my mind is also about what I got to do when I get out of here. Yeah. Not that I'm in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry, but that's just the way my brain operates. Because when I'm done with you guys and I'm on the phone, I'll think about what I got to do. Thank you. When I get home,
Yeah.
And then when I get home, I'll think about what I got to do. You know, like I'm always thinking about the next. And I'm not saying that with pride or like that's some badass shit. It's just, that's just the way I operate.
Yeah.
How do you shut down at night?
It's hard, bro.
Yeah.
And it's going to be funny. I'm going to share with you guys what I do. It's so funny. So I have 2 Yorkies, right?
Yeah.
And my Yorkies, they calm me down a lot because I'm very like, I'm in Aries. I have ADHD, you know, and I'm very ambitious. So my dogs chill. So my dogs sleep with us. And then I put on sleeping music. So I have a sleeping music on my iTunes.
Yeah.
And I just lay there and the sleeping music kind of, and then like hugging one of my dogs or. I know it's funny, but that's just that's it. Bro. I don't like big dogs. I like little dogs. So my little Yorkies are real small. And, you know, I was telling my wife today, like our house, like I walked out today, I was coming this way. I called my wife, babe, one of them shit in the hallway. Like fuck, man, I got to go. And it's like, yeah, my house wouldn't be cleaner. My house is not dirty. I have a you know, a lady that comes and cleans. You know, she comes 2 times a week. But you know, you wouldn't have the random shit stains or the random, you know, not stains because we clean them, but like the random shit somewhere. Sometimes you don't have accidents or but it's like, and it's annoying when it happens, you know. But life wouldn't be the same. Like I couldn't give that up. Like, you know, I would have pee stains randomly someplace or shit. You know, when they had the runs, but then I wouldn't have my dogs, you know, so I couldn't, you know. We were just talking about that earlier today, matter of fact.
You know what I was catching myself doing last year, brother, is we were in the sense I was celebrating too much.
Right. You can do that too.
I was celebrating too much, and then I wake up the next day with a hangover and I look at my numbers and I'll be like, what the fuck am I celebrating? Why am I drinking so much? Why am I partying? What are we like? So this year what I'm doing, brother, is I kind of stopped drinking. I've had a couple drinks here and there, you know, but I've trying to get my priorities straight in a sense. You know what I mean? Business first. And when it's time to celebrate, we celebrate. You know what I mean? We celebrate victories, you know. But that, you know, this is it turned. I created the environment of this being a party. You know what I mean?
Thing.
Yeah, a regular thing. And I used to have a lot of homies in here. A lot of street dudes a part of the camp. You know what I mean? We're always known to like, even when we go to public places, there's always a lot of the hoodstock crew. You know what I mean? The fellas and stuff. But I would have these guys in here, and they weren't really, you know, playing any important position. They were just here to be a part of the party, so to speak.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, moving forward into this year, man, and I'm asking all this to say, what advice would you, I'm saying all this to ask you this, what advice would you give to like young entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? And it's in my realm, it's a little different because it's entertainment. Right. You feel me? But still, you got to be responsible in the entertainment world.
So is Kobe Bryant, but he was the most disciplined man you ever meet in your life, apart from Michael Jordan. So Tom Brady too.
Exactly.
They're in the entertainment world. You could be in the entertainment world, not have to be caught up and not get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, and so that's one thing that I've been trying to do. Like,
well, it's lag time. So this is the way I gauge it. It's lag time, right? Lag. So for example, if you're doing a podcast and you have lag, how annoying is that?
Yeah.
Why? Why is it annoying? Why is lag time annoying?
It's lagging.
Right, but what about it is annoying?
It's dead space. I mean, it's not productive.
Okay, it's not live. It's not happening at that moment.
Yeah.
So
I might be hearing what you're trying to say. The term I might be interpreting different in my head in regards to lag time.
The lag is dead space.
Yeah, dead space. Okay, right. Cool.
So when you're acting here, you look on the screen and it's not happening there. You're like, hey, what the fuck? There's no correlation.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why we turned off the last episode because there was a little
lag. So life is no different. A hangover is lag time.
100%, bro.
So why would you want it?
Yes.
So you start doing things. You stop doing things that create lags.
Bro, I was scheduling around hangovers, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah,
so that's the way you look. So by the way, I treat people the same way. If you put me in a bad mood because you have a bad attitude, you're creating lag time for me.
Yeah.
I treat everybody the same way. So everybody, you have a bad attitude around me, bro, that's lag time for me. I don't got time to happy your ass up. Go get your shit together, then we can talk.
Yes, sir.
Or don't come around me
100%.
if you're having the trend of it. So that's the way I started to learn, like that's the way I gauge things now. For example, I worked out, right? So now when I look at food or stuff, don't get me wrong, I had a couple candies and I'll have another one on the way out.
Yeah.
But the way I'm gauging it now is, man, how long am I gonna have to work? How long am I gonna have to walk on the treadmill?
Yeah.
To burn that off?
Yeah.
That's a lag time. So everything now I look at it as lag time. By the way, bro, I promise you, I could outdrink more people than you know, and I don't say that with pride. I could drink, bro. You put a mariachi in front of me, or you put a banda in front of me, it's game over, bro.
Yeah.
I promise you, nobody can hang longer than I can.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
And that, by the way, doesn't mean that I don't occasionally do it.
Yeah.
I get a banda, bro. I get a mariachi, bro. We're going, and I'm talking about 8, 9, 10 hours. I can go without getting fucked up.
So you look at every little move like as deficits almost.
It's a deficit.
Yeah.
So I'll do that once every so often, and I make sure that I don't schedule nothing for the next day because I already know. But I'm not, bro. I'm talking about this happens at this point in my life, maybe once every 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
The lag time, because think about the time that you wasted, right? And the thing is, you look at. Here's the thing, like for example, if we do this right here, right now, right? If I do that just a little bit, is that gonna make a big difference in your cup right now? Is this
Ashtray?
Ashtray?
No.
Is it gonna make a difference?
No.
How about now?
Yeah.
You see, it's a cumulative. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
The next weekend, that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And then when you put it together, you're like, oh fuck, this is bigger than I thought.
It's just overflowing.
It's overflowing. That's the problem.
Yes.
So we have to start gauging things from a 90-day span. So now I look at like for example, at the end of March, I'll go back. What did I do to create lag time? How much time did that cost me?
Yeah.
And then I'll multiply that by 4 because every year has 4 quarters. January through March, April through June, July through August, and then to September, and then October through December. So if I'm okay with losing that for the next times 4, then I'll do it. But if I'm not okay with it, I'm not doing it again. So you're always analyzing this. This never stops. Just because you stop lagging in one area doesn't mean you're not lagging in another.
Yes, sir.
So when at the end of March 31st, you get down, you sit down with Casey or whoever team you have, okay, let's start writing down some notes. What went well, what went bad? How much time did this cost? You can actually start like multiplying times.
Yeah.
How much time did this cost us? What happened here? What went wrong here? If we do this for the next 3 quarters, we're going to lose this much on December 31st.
The analytics.
It's analytics. Well, if you're going to be the CEO of your business, you have to think that way.
We got to do that.
That's what I do about time, because that's all I have.
Yeah.
Talk about this cost me this time, which cost me this amount
But
of
if
money.
you do this every 90 days, you're able to catch it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, we correct it. Catch it, correct it.
So you do it in 3 categories of your life. You do it in business. In this case, for you guys, it's this. You do it in your personal life, and then you do it in relationships around you. So you're doing an analyzation of the 3 most important categories of your life: business, personal, family, or friends. This person cost me, man, sure, maybe we had everything tight in the business, we had everything tight in my personal life, but this fucking person right here is costing me a lot of lag time. They gotta go. Yeah. So you're not gonna be, maybe you're a part of quarter 1 of 2025, but you ain't gonna be part of quarter 2 of 2025.
Yeah.
And then you'll do it again in April, May, June. You do it again in June 31st. Okay, let me go back the last 90 days. And now you start cutting the fat. You'll never fully be able to do it because there's something always that's gonna come up.
Yeah.
But you start cutting the fat, and before you know it, you're a lot more effective, and you're having less lag time in your life.
Sheesh. I want everybody to give it up for Ricardo, man. This has been absolutely amazing, brother. How can people follow you? How can they contact you, brother? Please give all your plugs, man.
So Instagram on Ricardo_T.C.O. That's going to be my main handle. I don't really they want me to get into X. I don't have X. I have Facebook, but it's more family. The best way is going to be to contact me is going to be through Instagram.
Yeah.
And there, that's the way I communicate with people the most.
And they can reach out to you for the insurance, life insurance, everything?
I do business consultation as well for people that have businesses. I do consultation even if they're not in my industry. I actually consult as well.
Okay.
Also through Menect, the app that Pat created, Menect. There's another way of contacting me. But I do that as well. So it's I focus more on the insurance side of things, but I've helped people in different industries increase their productivity, their cash flow, their systems, their leadership development through consultation as well. So I do that as well.
I might need a little consultation over here, baby.
I love it.
I'll be like, Ricardo, what are you doing right now?
Absolutely. Para eso estamos.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. This has been absolutely amazing.
Thank you, brother. On the contrary, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for having me.
I ain't gonna lie, brother. I was a little nervous for this, man. You know what I mean? Because, it's just there's levels of human beings, man. And I knew that you turned out to be everything that I thought you were going to be in regards to this podcast and this level of intellectuality and everything, brother. And thank you so much, man.
My pleasure.
You dropped so many gems right here, man. It is unbelievable. Goonies, we love you.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you. We're gonna leave your Instagram in the description.
Awesome. Thank you.
You know, give Big Dog a shout out right here. Give him a follow on Instagram. Around that, we are out of here. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.